Let me get started. So yeah, today's presentation is about BIM 360 docs, and this is the next generation of BIM 360 docs as released by Autodesk earlier in the year, around April, I think. And there have been some updates since then as well to the BIM 360 docs module also. So I'm just going to go through a couple of slides, and then I'm going to jump into a bit of a product demonstration as well. And then I'm going to take some questions at the end also, and if there's anything I can't address, then I'll respond to you by email or through your reseller as well. So feel free to send questions, and I'll try to address them at the end. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Jonathan Reinhardt. I'm a technical consultant on behalf of Autodesk Distribution, and my background is as an architectural technologist. I studied architectural technology in the UK. I've studied BIM management in the DIT Masters, graduated last year, and I've also worked as a BIM manager in an architect's practice as well. And now I work on the Autodesk distribution side of things as well. So understanding where these products fit into your own workflows as well is my role. So there's been a lot of talk of the new release of BIM 360 Docs, which, as I said, came out in April, I think, and there's been a lot of updates. So it does supersede what we know as classic BIM 360, and I'll try not confuse things today. I just want to try clarify exactly what BIM 360 is. So the next generation is BIM 360, and all of these modules are connected under one roof, and this is called BIM 360. So today I'm just going to cover BIM 360 Docs, but there are other modules which are separate purchases or separate products as well. So BIM 360 Docs is one purchase. You have BIM 360 Design, which was formerly Collaboration for Revit, now known as BIM 360 Design. We have an upcoming webinar on October 24th for that one, if you want to register for that one. And there's also BIM 360 Glue, which hasn't changed in name. It's just it's still model coordination and clash detection done in the cloud, but it's integrated with BIM 360. And then you've BIM 360 Build, which was formerly BIM 360 Field, is now known as Build. So all of these modules linking together. So the idea is that, yes, they are four separate products essentially, but BIM 360 Docs is probably the most basic product, but it does quite a lot as well, and it does run across all of those products. So just to show you as an example, if you were to purchase BIM 360 Docs, so this is the first column here on the left, what's included in it is document management and project home. Now, if you were to buy BIM 360 Design or Glue or Build, that also comes with document management as well. So you can just see that if you were to buy one, then you're able to use your information across the rest of them as well. So BIM 360 Docs being the most basic one for file storage and some type of collaboration as well, which I'll run through in a moment. So four different products, and that is what forms the next generation BIM 360. And you can see what they replaced there, as I've already said, the classic products of Collaboration for Revit. BIM 360 Team is also replaced as well with BIM 360 Design, although BIM 360 Docs does have some of the old features of BIM 360 Design in terms of 3D viewing and markups as well. And then Glue is model coordination in the cloud, so clash detection in the cloud essentially. And then Build is your construction stage product, so field management, which has replaced BIM 360 Field. Now, all of the classic products are still available. If you purchase any of the next gen products, you do have access to the classic products as well, but you can't you can only use projects in one or the other. You can't duplicate or use both classic and next generation for the same project. So just to outline some context, I suppose, looking at some issues in the industry, we see that 62% of construction professionals transfer their site data manually or via spreadsheets. So we all know this is marked up drawings, printed out drawings, and a lot more recent years, PDFs and things like that as well. That's not to say that everyone does, but this is a research from JB Knowledge in the US, and also 30% of data created during the design and construction is lost by project closeout. So we also lack version control as well, being able to manage that. Are we working from the most latest drawing, the most up-to-date drawing? And there's some figures there to show you that a certain amount of construction companies use cloud-based project management software, and 40% of construction companies still use paper plans. These are US figures, but I'm sure you can apply them in a European or Irish and UK context as well. And 35% of all construction projects will experience a major change, and I'm sure we've all experienced that firsthand. I certainly have in the architectural industry, and I don't think I've ever worked on any size project from a domestic extension up to multi-residential apartments and hotels. You know, there's always a major change, and it always impacts the whole supply chain within that. So everybody involved, every drawing that has to be created as well. So some other problems we look at is disorganization of coordination and between issue resolution, and 47% of construction professionals don't use any mobile applications for daily reporting. There are quite a lot of different technologies being used. So a quarter of companies use 5 or more different software applications, and a small percentage of those companies use software that all integrate with each other as well. So BIM 360 does integrate with third-party plugins as well. It's not only Autodesk solutions that it works with, and they run on the Forge application, which is an Autodesk solution, but there are the third-party plugins do run through that. So I suppose the solution I'm presenting today to all of those issues is Autodesk BIM 360 Docs. So just looking at some of the workflows, we're able to do submittal tracking, publish drawings, markup drawings, we're able to create issues, 2D and 3D support. There's also embedded data. We're also able to access via mobile devices, iPads, tablets, and phones. And we're also able to automate the version control as well, which I'll show you some of that in the demonstration. So looking at some of the document control, you're able to set permission levels to keep the information, you know, with the relevant people, and you're able to change that as an administrator within BIM 360 Docs. And these permissions can be set by roles, by files, or by companies, and then you're able to invite and share files with both and outside team members as well. And you're also able to set batch control permissions as well. So if it's a certain folder, a certain set of drawings, or a certain project, or a certain company, you're able to do that as well. So you're also able to publish drawings, and there's a number of ways that you can publish drawings. You can share them from within BIM 360 Docs via PDF, via Revit files, but you're also able to upload documents in a number of different ways, and this includes from directly within Revit, and this is a new add-in only since Revit 2019 or 18.3 of this year, I think, and it's available in all the latest versions of Revit 2019. And this allows you to plug directly into BIM 360 document management. And this is not to confuse it with BIM 360 design. It works similar, but it's reduced features basically. But it just allows you to publish your model directly into BIM 360 Docs with all of its associated drawings and any changes that happen as well. There's also smart title blocks as well. You can tell BIM 360 Docs what area to look for text within a title box. So what is the drawing number? You can identify where the drawing number can be found, and this allows BIM 360 Docs to automatically version your drawing and to read the drawing number if it has been changed or not. And this is done directly from within Revit and from PDF drawings as well, as you can see in the version there. And you're able to upload both linked and non-linked design files as well, so XREFs or Revit files as well. Being able to mark up drawings, this is something we've seen before in BIM 360 Team. This is now part of BIM 360 Docs as well, and it allows you to create markup comments, and you're able to access these on mobile devices as well. So it could be somebody working remotely, or another consultant working from an iPad, or even working from their desktop. They're able to add comments. This can also be done over a conference call, which I'd always recommend is a good workflow for it to be utilised. And you can add comments and then share them and assign it with different team members as well. And you're also able to create issues as well. You're able to create issues on 2D and 3D models, and then you can export those logs, and you're able to filter and sort the issues, and then you're able to assign the issues to different either contractors, designers, consultants, or individuals, and then you're able to track the status if those issues, if they've been closed out, if they're still ongoing, or if there's other issues related to those particular issues as well. You can see if they're open or closed in that example there. So it also supports 2D and 3D files as well, and this allows you just to investigate or look at your 2D drawings within BIM 360 docs, but it also relates into the 3D model as well. So if you select something in your 2D drawing, it will highlight within your 3D model as well. And then you have all of your information that's embedded within your drawings. This doesn't work for your PDF drawings, this works for your sheets exported from Revit. So these can be used internally or externally. You're able to click on a wall, see what the specification of that is within your 3D view or within your 2D view, and you're able to use that information for reference, whether it's specification, fire ratings, cost, or finishes, or color, or materials, anything. You can pull all that information directly from within BIM 360 docs. And that can also be done from a mobile device or an iPad, or somebody working on site with an iPad are able to access all of those information as well. So there's also offline viewing capabilities. If you're going somewhere without internet connection, you're able to download those files for offline viewing, and then you automatically, or you will get information updates as well if you're connected to Wi-Fi or internet connections as well, if there are any changes made to drawings or different files. And then looking at the version control, if you upload a different PDF, this applies to, which is new in the next gen. So if I upload 2 PDFs of the same name, the changes will highlight in a different color. I'll show that in the demonstration. But it also works if you upload a different version of a Revit sheet. You can also compare those two versions. You can see what changes have been made, and the changes will highlight in a different color. Compare them side by side, and you can also do it with a 3D model as well, which again I will show in the demonstration. So why would you use BIM 360? It allows you to connect your information because of the next generation platform. All of your information is essentially stored in BIM 360 docs. So BIM 360 docs can be used across entire project stages. But if you're looking at expanding for some reason within your business or within the project you're working on, it's also able to integrate directly with BIM 360 Design, Glue, and Build if those are products that you decide to go with as well. It's quite integrated, and it is data driven as well, so you're able to track issues, you're able to read design information as well, and you're able to manage it all in a digital environment hosted within your web browser as well. And as I said, everything is connected through mobile. You're able to do team collaboration as well, and this team collaboration would be more using BIM 360 Design, but it does use BIM 360 Docs as its basis of the file storage as well, and it can work across from design to construction stage. It is secure, and if you want to see the security white paper that was published by Autodesk in March 2018, that security is their priority and how you're able to set permission control as well, and that's available from the link at the bottom there. You should be able to click on that or watch back the recording, which will be available after this, and I can send out that link as well. It's worth having a look at as well. And these are all the integrated apps that I spoke of, so third-party apps that are non-Autodesk applications, but have been created on the Forge platform and are available to integrate with BIM 360 Docs. So HSB CAD or HSB Share if you're involved in timber frame construction. We've got Assemble, which was recently acquired by Autodesk. Actually, they were independent. And we've got Triax, which are IoT sensors on site. Ignite, which I know a lot of Irish contractors use this as their common data environment. You can also integrate with that as well, and they're just some of the integrations that you can include with BIM 360 Docs as possible add-ons as well if you are or are not using any of them already. And BIM 360 has an open API as well, so being able to integrate some of your CRM or your ERP systems as well is also a possibility based on Autodesk Forge as well, which I've done some samples of, pulling information from BIM 360 docs across businesses and looking at it holistically and pulling all your project information from BIM 360 docs and pushing it into something like Excel or into Power BI to be able to visualize all of your ongoing projects and filter on certain information to help you get a better insight into your business and across the whole operation of things as well. And as I said, it's data driven, being able to manage issues, being able to see all your issues on your homepage. So there's only one homepage which will show in the demonstration, and depending what products or modules you're using, your different information will appear on this homepage. So if you're only using BIM 360 docs, then only your BIM 360 docs issues will show up. But if you're also using Build or Glue, then also your Build and Glue issues and checklists and things like that will also show up on the same home screen as well. So it's not like you have to go dipping in and out of different products. It's all completely integrated as well, and this helps you make better decisions as well across your projects. And just looking at some of the story, this is one from the UK. I met Mike at AU in London, very nice guy, runs a Hill Bespoke or architectural design firm, and they've used BIM 360 docs, and he said it's quite intuitive and easy to engage with, and the case study I've seen Mike use it on is actually a prefabrication project in the UK. I think it was a hotel or multi-residential apartments of about 60 units, and it was all prefabricated, and they used BIM 360 right from shop drawings within the prefabrication workshop right onto site and management as well. It's quite a good case study. You can actually find that on Autodesk University. It was the London one back in June. What was Mike's talk, which was very informative, I have to say. Really, really good practical information he gave on the ups and the downs of using both prefabrication workflows, but also using BIM 360 integrated into that as well. Fantastic. And then also from this is in the US, Pat claims that BIM 360 is a great communication tool and has eliminated a lot of paperwork and some of the heavier things that no one really likes doing anyway. And then from Balfour Beatty, they're able to better guarantee the success of construction projects through managing the quality, and this will be using BIM 360 as well. And then Skanska in the EU, they've got 146 active projects, and they're 100% digital projects, so they're all on BIM 360, and they've closed close to or well over 250,000 issues are closed as a result of this as well. And again, Balfour Beatty avoided quite a lot of clashes, and they've only one version of information to draw from because of the automated versioning, and 2 out of 3 issues are from one subcontractor. So helping them identify issues there as well. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the bit of demonstration. So I'm actually just going to sign out here just to show you how you will log in. And before I do that, I'm just going to show you some good resources here that I use. So BIM 360 release notes is a good one. If you Google just BIM 360 release notes, or you can see the address bar up there. It has quite good and up-to-date information about any BIM 360 next gen or any BIM 360 updates as well, and they happen quite frequently, so at least once a week there I see that there are updates, so it's worth having a look there as a good update resource. There's always releases or updates to products coming out, and it's a good place to find out what they've changed as well. And they really listen to the community and the industry to see, you know, what are they telling them to change, what are they telling them to update in the product, and they tend to make changes based on that as well. You can also see their BIM 360 roadmap where they hope the future of it to go as well. This is BIM 360 Hub as well, which is very good for learning. I have to say you'll find a lot of good Autodesk webcasts up there as well. You can also watch back archived or historical ones as well. quite worth a look for some further resources. And within this as well, there's also integrated workflows. So these are recommended workflows by Autodesk. So for example, within the BIM 360 docs, being able to start your project, how to set up your project, what you should do first, create your folder of plans, and then apply your folder permissions, upload your drawings, invite all your users, then you apply all your permissions. Then looking at the review cycle, being able to review your drawings, create the markup, assign the markup as an issue, and then depending if it's a yes or a no, the workflow of that through different instances. So that's worth having a look at. There's quite a number of workflows there as well to be able to have a look. And there's a couple of lessons and videos there just in simple things like adding members and administration of BIM 360 docs, which is one of the biggest hurdles to the initial use of BIM 360 docs is just setting up how you want a project to be administrated and setting up your securities and which members have access to which folders. Once you get that right at the start, then it's pretty much plain sailing after that as well. And it's quite intuitive to use also. And the community hub, as I've already mentioned. So I'm just going to jump into BIM 360. So I'm just logging in here with my Autodesk ID. So this is the company that I'm assigned to, so Daytech Solutions, and these are all the projects that we have up here. I'm just going to show you, this is our master project that we use across all of our BIM 360 modules. And up here you can see the 9 dots, or the matrix here where it says Insight. This is all of our BIM 360 modules installed here. So document management is what we'll go through today. But you can also see project management, which is part of build, design collaboration, which is part of BIM 360 design, field management, part of build, and then we've project and account admin, which happens across all of the projects. So you can see here, this is the home page, and it shows you any issues that have been assigned to people, who they've been assigned to, and then certain checklists that have been and the passed and failed items. So these could be health and safety checklists that you have linked back to your 3D model. So I'm going to jump into the sample project that I have here. So this is just a sample project that I've created for today, just to show you how it works. So again, this is the more basic project homepage, but once we start creating issues, you'll see them highlighted here. So you can see here the only modules available to me are document management, because, for example, I haven't subscribed to BIM 360 Build or Design, or I haven't bought those products. So this is what you'll see if you only purchase in document management. So I'm just going to go into account admin. This allows me to look at the administration across all of the projects that we have in here. And it shows you what's active, what are inactive, and when the last sign-in for each project was as well. So that's your project directory, and you're able to create new projects from here as well. You're able to, so for example, I'm just going to show you an example, test project, called the convention center. So anything with asterisks obviously is required. So from construction type, new construction, put in euro here if you want. Now, not all this information is going to be relevant to everybody, but this is where I talk of where you can pull this information into your ERP or CRM systems as well, with API integration if you want to pull project value, different contract types at that as well. And then you can also put in start dates and project dates as well, set your different time zones. The time zone and location can be relevant because it does, and you can see in your homepage that it actually pulls in weather information as well. So what sort of business units they can be set up separately in your company. The business units can be set up in your account administration as well. You can put in the project address there if you want. Put in Ireland here, just showing you. Project as well. Okay, so you can see I get an option here to activate all my modules. Now you will get this option, and you will only be able to activate them obviously if you purchase the products. So document management is what we're looking at today. So I'm just going to activate that, and then I can select a project that I want to assign that to. a previous project of the settings that I want to copy into my new project. So I'm actually going to create, I'm going to go to my school Nashinta. So I'm just going to assign myself to this one. So company doesn't allow me to, it does. I'm just going to click save. And that's how you activate it essentially once you're setting up your project. So I'm just going to cancel out of this and I'm going to jump into the actual project that I created. And just to show you how you can add quite a number of members to across the account as well. You can manage all of the accounts access by company as well. And this is where you can do further analytics as well of the use of how many licenses are being used. So if you've purchased 100 or 10 or 25 licenses, how many are being used by each service, and you can see them here on the right hand side. And we're just looking at document management for today. But it is worth noting, and you can see there I've actually gotten an email and it's telling me that test project is ready. So if I added other members, they'd also get an email, and you can go to your project and it will bring you straight to that same browser as well. It will just ask you to log in. And these are just looking at all the different projects across the company as well. So viewing all the different types of projects. So education facilities quite a lot. And different airports, retail, you can see you can quantify that further, and you can export all of that information as well. And if you're using BIM 360 Glue, you can integrate with that also. And it tells you how many partner companies are working for, so subcontractors, how many people are involved there as well, and your activated projects. And these are just some various different settings. So you can set who are the account administrators within here as well, update the company logo, change the company name as well. And this is where you can set your different, so if you're a multidisciplinary business, or you might just be a single architect or structural engineering business, you mightn't have to change this at all, but it just gives you that further leverage if you want to analyze your information in a different way. And this is the Autodesk Forge integration. So this is one that I actually built the export BIM 360 companies, and it's worth looking what the external possibilities are with Autodesk Forge and BIM 360, and it seems the way the industry is moving into a lot more web development and computer program orientated. And it just allows you to look at your information in a far different way, but I won't hang around too much on that today. And then just looking at a log of some of the admin activity within here as well. You can just see what's happened across the account. So that's account admin across the whole of that. And that's looking at all projects. So I'm going to jump back into my school and project admin now we're looking at here. So this is just at the project level rather than the account level. So looking at all the members in here. So I've added myself as a contractor, my personal email address, and I've myself as project admin as well, and then my colleague Paul Hewitt as a structural design company, and I've changed his role to an engineer. So within here you can assign different roles, and different roles can have different permissions set to them as well. So it could be the client, you only want them to view certain folders, or it could be a designer or the contractor, and you can assign different permissions for them in there as well. So you can also see across here as well the different services available. So document management is all I've enabled here because that's all I'm demonstrating today. But you can see if you did have access to the other modules or purchase the other modules, you'd also have access to project management, design collaboration, and you can just enable those settings in there. So it's quite easy, even if you've only purchased BIM 360 Docs, but if you decide to upgrade in the future, or if the project requires you to sign up to something else, you can just enable those services, and then all your project files are already there. It's already in the central BIM 360 location. You just have to enable the service if you decide to purchase access to that as well. And these are all the different companies that are involved just with this particular project as well. So we've got 3 different companies here, and we've got all the different members as well. And you can easily add companies within there as well. And again, these are all the services that have been added. So all of these services are activated, but I've disabled them for the purpose of this demonstration. But you can again see you can add admins to that as well, because I've disabled them for this particular project. And up here, they would show on the left-hand side where you can further change their settings in here as well. So once I click into document management here, should give me some more settings. Yeah, and it just shows me the activity log of everything. So you can see here, I've been messing around this morning, uploading a couple of drawings, and I can that's all automatically updated there as well. And I'm able to export this then as well. You can actually send it as it's a CSV file, so comma separated file. And you're able to send this as an email as well, and you can pull the dates for whatever reason. If something's been changed, you want to track why it's been changed, who it's been changed, why, you're able to do all of that as well. Just going to click save on that. That's going to export, and it's going to send me an email as well. And then if you want to enable some further mobile security as well, you're able to set a mobile security key within there as well if you want to secure your information. And then looking at the profile of the project administrator. So again, this is similar to what we already set up, and you can see this is all the project information. And you can go back and change this as well. So this is only accessible by the project admin. And you can see there I've got the activity report sent through to me there as well. CSV file, I can download that, I can open that in Excel, and I can have a look at that information as well. I'm just going to see how this opens here. I think that's what's downloaded. Pop that into my documents. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to just show you the BIM 360 desktop connector, which is something I was going to show afterwards, but I may as well save the file in here. So the BIM 360 desktop connector resides down here. You can install this as well, and this allows you to move and save files directly into BIM 360. So I'm just going to click into BIM 360. So this is accessing directly into my cloud files now. So I'm going to go into Data Tech Solutions, Skill Ashunta, and project files, and I'm actually going to save this file. I'm just going to save it in there, and I'll retrieve that in a while. I'll show you where that's saved within the cloud. So I'm just going to close that for now. So yeah, we've already gone through these settings when you're initially setting up your project, and you can add in a company logo there if you want. And then to add new members, you basically just type in their email address here. Add one of my colleagues here to this project. Just going to select, and it asks you what company he's part of. So I'm going to make him part of this company here. I'm going to assign a different role to him. I'm going to make him a document manager, and I'm going to make him a project administrator. So I'll turn off all of these because realistically we don't have access to them. So just document management, and I'm going to add him to the project there as well. So you can see how easy you can add, and that's him. He would have received an email to say he's been added. He'll probably get a bit of a surprise this morning, but sure, why not? And you can see his company have automatically been added within there as well. So I'm just going to go back to, so I'm going to go back to Project Home. These, and you can see weather information is pulled in there. I haven't actually put in the proper address, but you can change that back where I showed you already. And this is where issues will appear on your home screen. So anybody that logs into this project will see this home screen, and they'll see issues come up here as well. So I'm going to jump into the real juicy stuff, document management. So within here we have folders. So plans is automatically set up. BIM 360 Docs is a default folder, and project files is a default folder as well. So plans would be where you would save your Revit files, your Revit sheets, all within there. And then project files is anything that isn't a 3D model basically. And you can see that CSV file has since uploaded there, that we uploaded a minute ago through the desktop connector as well. So that's just one other way of uploading a file. You can also upload a file this way. So this is the second way. Go in, select the folder. Let's go and select this file, for example. So this is a second way of uploading a file. So this is just a PDF drawing, but this could be a 3D model, a DWG drawing, an Excel file, and it's just processing that as well. So I'm just going to minimize that. So within our plans, so these are all our sheets taken from our Revit file. Now, you don't necessarily have to be working in Revit. This is only if you use Revit as well, then it's an added bonus that you're able to integrate with it. And I'm just going to show you how that integrates from this. So I'm just going to close this. This is one that I uploaded earlier. I'm going to close this and open a fresh one for a moment. So this one, and you can actually see the little cloud file there. Because that cloud file is there, it means that one's hosted in the cloud. So I'm going to just open a local version of it and show you how the document management works. Taking a minute to upgrade from an LT to a 2019 version. 100%. And you can see that's opening from my local drive as well. So this could be on your own server within your company as well. So this is just something you do initially before you collaborate in the cloud. Just upgrade. It's just taking a couple of seconds longer. So I'm just going to let that do that in the background. Time. So this is where all of your Revit sheets upload to, and your Revit files that you can send directly from within Revit. But you're also able to, within project files, this is where you can share folders from. So just to show you the permissions level that you're able to set on this as well. So you're able to rename that folder. You can add subfolders to that if you want. You can call that plans 1, for example, and you can set different permissions on this, and you can also add attributes to it as well, which we'll come back to. So if you click subscribe on this, that means I will get an email notification whenever there are changes to this folder only, this folder and all its subfolders. So I'm just going to say this folder only for now, because it might be only a folder that's related to me, for example, depending on my role in the project. And then within this, I can set permissions as well. So this is where you can set your permissions, and you can see all the people that have been added to this. So I can set Dewi to only have upload only permission, view permission only. Then it goes up to upload, view and upload, edit, and control as well. And these, if these permissions have been applied at a different folder, then the highest permission they've been given will always win out, or will always supersede what else they've been assigned to another folder, just to be aware of that. So you can also add your roles and your companies from within here as well, and you can, put in a company here, for example. So let's go on. So I'm going to select auto constructional or structural design. So that's the company. The role also comes up as well. I don't know if we want an architect assigned to this as well, so you might only want to give the architect so I can select the role architect, and I can say what permission I want them to have to this particular folder as well, and then I can just add them. And you can see anybody that the role architect is assigned to will only have viewing permission. But I think I'll give them view and edit, upload, edit permission as well, and we'll assume they don't have control for now. And you can also remove that role as well for that particular folder. So then going backward into your plans, so I'm just going to say Revit doesn't look, it has indeed. So here we are, our Gale School or School Naisiúnta, somewhere in Ireland, as our sample data set. and I have actually uploaded this earlier on, but just to show you how it works through only BIM 360 Docs. So this is new. You could never synchronize directly to BIM 360 Docs. You always have to have collaboration for Revit, which you don't necessarily need anymore. So BIM 360 design would be the next step up for collaboration. But this is cloud collaboration through only BIM 360 Docs. You don't get all the functionality of BIM 360 design, but you still are able to send that directly to the cloud. So you just go into collaborate. I'm not going to do it here now, but just to show you, you can do it within your network. But in BIM 360 document management, so you're able to collaborate and upload all of your files, all of your models directly from within Revit, which again has only been added in the last couple of months, which is really a fantastic integration to have with BIM 360 Docs. And then you're able to manage all of your models as well. So within here, you're able to, if I've uploaded this, you're able to manage all your cloud models from within there as well. So I'm just going to jump back in here. So this is one I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to slide this across. So within here, I'm just going to jump into this 3D file, show you as an example. So this is just a drawing that I uploaded as well. I exported this earlier on, and you're able to create different markups on this as well. So it could be an architect wanting to discuss the design on this. So I'm going to create a rectangle around here, and I'm going to add a comment to that as well. There. You can also add hyperlinks in as well. You can also, add markups this way with revision clouds. Let's hide this revision cloud. So once somebody logs in here, they're able to then see what has been marked up. You can add photographs to that as well. And at the moment, this is set to private, so only I can see this. So once you publish that, you're about to publish a private markup, and it will be seen when all projects. So it gives you a warning. You can set it, don't show me, but it's always good to have the warning to make sure you're doing the right thing. And that has now made that visible to anybody that logs into this as well. So you can also create issues as well with your separate markups. So I'm just going to come out of that, for example. So this is just a drawing sheet. So I'm just going to go to project home. So you can see here that 2 markups have been applied to that. So you're able to view that the markups have been made there. And that's what I'm just seeing, can be seen from my project homepage. And might possibly one of the issues. So that's only issues it's looking for there. Let's see if I can get markups. No, it's only, okay, well then I will apply an issue. So these are all my sheets. So I'm actually going to go into a 3D view now. I'm just seeing where it could be here. There we are, ground floor. This is the ground floor drawing that we have 2 different versions of. So add new markup, I'm going to create an issue. So I'm going to place it on this, and I'll show you why, because I will change something about this, I think. Remove door, non-compliant part, door to be removed. I'm going to assign this to somebody, so I'm going to assign this to my colleague Paul, and I can enter location if I want, so I can say ground floor, staff entrance, and the due date. So I'm going to give them till tomorrow to give some sort of resolution to that as well. And I can set the status to draft or open. So I'm going to set it to open, create issue. So you can see that issue has been created as well. And just before I come out of this, I'm going to show you the compare. So version 1, version 2. So previously I have uploaded this drawing twice earlier this morning. So when you go into version compare, so I have version 2 and version 1. So originally I uploaded just this drawing sheet directly from within Revit. Then I synchronized it again to the cloud. Sorry, to see the question in there. Then I've synced this to the cloud, and it's automatically given us a V2 version as well. So I'm just going to click version compare on this. I hope the changes show up. I can highlight the changes. So this is being re-uploaded. We can see some things have been moved, and everything that has been changed or moved has been uploaded. So essentially what we've seen here is the whole building has been moved, and that is highlighted in different colors. And you can turn on the compare, so you can see different sections here, what has been changed. And it gives you a full change list as well of every change, and it will zoom to it as well. So we can see that this window has been removed or this window has been changed. We can see everything is slightly realigned. And I'll show you that in 3D view as well. So these are issued. So here I'm just going to show you 3D view. I'll show you the same compared to as well. So you can see V2 has been, so we've uploaded a new version of the Revit model, and that was done from directly within Revit rather than uploading, which you can also upload. Compare, select, so V2, V1 automatically selected. So you might have V2, V3, V4 or anything in here as well. Document A, you can change different documents. You can look for different documents if it's saved somewhere else. Click compare. Just computing them there, processing them, and there we are. So these are two walls that I actually I deleted these windows within here, and it's highlighted that some change has happened with these walls. I deleted this wall within the building as well. And this just allows to show me the different changes that have occurred as well. And up here you can see it's V1 versus V2. So the file name wasn't changed whatsoever. The V1 and V2 were automatically added by BIM 360 document management itself. And you're able to analyze those changes as well. You can turn them on or off, see what's been removed, and you can see them in different variables. Okay, so we've seen it's an exterior door, which door it was, okay, which wall was edited here. And you're able to change between the two versions there as well. And you're able to, you can roll back on if you see that a change is being made unplanned or for whatever reason shouldn't have happened, you're able to roll back to a particular version as well. You're also able to download those changes again in a CSV file as well. So we'll just see how this one opens up. And you can see the changes have come through there in a certain list. So this could allow you to further track changes and do comparisons using even Excel or something like Power BI as well, but while using all of this information here as well. So that's just another way of leveraging the information. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to show you the PDF. So these are PDFs that I uploaded as part of the drawing. So you can be a structural engineer or the architect. And again, certain permissions have been set here as well. And again, you can subscribe here as well. Share this folder with other project members if you want. Once you click share, put in their members here. So I'm just going to select Paul, my colleague, Paul Hewitt. I'm just going to click send to him. He'll get an email to say the folder has been shared. The issued folder has an archive folder there as well, which can have various permissions set to as well, similar to what we've already seen. There's nothing archived yet. So I'm just going to go into the architect folders. Okay, so there's a specification and PDF drawings here. So what were prepared earlier. So these are all my PDF drawings. You can see that have been plotted from my Revit file. I'm going to select into this one. So so it opens up in a PDF viewer online, or alternatively, you click the three dots after it, you go open in BIM viewer. You can also download the source file as well. So remember, this is a PDF file, so we've seen 3D comparison where the different color shows up. We've seen Revit sheets compare tool as well, where it shows up in different color. And this is a plotted PDF. So essentially, you know, this is what forms your contract or project deliverables. In most cases, are your drawings or your frozen drawings as well. So I'm just going to do the compare on that as well. And it automatically finds it. So this can be, again, different versions, compare. And you can see there's that wall that I deleted as well. And that automatically found that within that PDF file. So the PDF file maintained the same name, so it's Scale School Architecture Sheet .pdf, and the V2 is added automatically, and you can see here the same. It ends in .pdf, and the V1 is automatically added once you upload it, so you don't have to add that versioning to it whatsoever at all. So I'm just going to exit this. So I can also add issues to this as well. So I'm going to zoom in on, so this is my V2 wall. So this is where the wall has been changed here. I'm going to add an issue, open. Click the location. I'm going to click this location. Wall removed. I'm going to put a question mark. Sorry. Wall removed. Why was this wall removed? I'm going to assign this to Paul again. Give him a lot of work to do today. Or you can just assign it to a role. That role will then get an email. Enter location. I'm just going to say ground floor office. Choose date. I'll give it until Friday because there's a lot to do. Create. And that issue has been created. And you can see the history here as well. So I'm just going to come out of this for a moment. And sorry, just to say that you can export all of that information as well from the PDF version, and you can share it from directly here and download the actual, and you can actually print it as well. So I'm just going to X out of this. So I'm going to back to my project home. So you can see the issues have been added here to this interface. Let's go see what settings. So the issues that I created on drawings are available here. Okay, so last updated, it tells you it was last updated. A few more project issues. So remove door, wall removed. I'm going to click on that now. And it's going to bring me directly to it as well. You can see the attachments. It's going to bring me to which document it is. So you might have a specification sheet or something else linked in there. And I'm able to say answered, closed. I'm going to say closed. And then I'm off the hook for today. I'm going to say thank you. Click done. So that's number 3 issue. And then you can go through the rest of the issues that you've created there as well. So I'm just going to go back to my project home. So essentially that is BIM 360 docs, and I'd like to take any questions now, please.